My honest opinions about Tekken 8, and how the game is so far. There's things that I don't like. There's things that I do like. Some people in the community tell me to be quiet about it, but I think that no one's talking about it, and they're just acting like the game is like 100% peaches and cream. But honestly, I see like blatant, obvious flaws with the game. I mean, it's a good game though. I'll be honest, it's way better than this game. So I'm not gonna sit here and just act like it's a bad game because it's not. It deserves good review, altogether. But stuff like that, where you do like a triple electric or something, or like a down for it two, into some shit like this, is not doable in that game. And I heard a lot of Mishima's pride with Kazuya players not being able to chain electrics as easily anymore. I mean, I've seen someone do a triple, and then like the Tekken 8 equivalent of this bound, which is some heat bullshit. But I've seen people do that, but it seems like it's not consistent at all. I don't know the secret of it. I don't even know how to do it because I can only hit two on Tekken 8. So I don't know how they're doing that, but I think you can hit three, but I think that's it. I don't think you can um, electric in the bound like after like three or four, like you see the main man Sui doing, or some of these other guys. Another thing that's kind of like way off from me playing it, like people were like they've been tight lipped about it. Like people been saying different things, but I'm gonna confirm right here. Backdash is not strong in Tekken 8. Like unless you playing Jun, that's the only backdash I saw was like in Jack 7. I mean Jack 8 now. But that's the only backdash that I saw was good. In this game you see one backdash is like that in Tekken 8. In this game it's like that, at least like an arm length away, probably like 1 meter, right? You're like at point almost 1 meter. In Tekken 8 is like that. Literally. So you like literally backdashing like this in Tekken 8. Like small ones. Not like that. Where you're getting distance in each backdash. No, you're like right here. If you did like 7 of them. So it's like it's not like the same. Sidestepping, they say is better, but there's so many more tracking moves that I disagree. I think it's the same, really. Especially when you're going against Lily. Lily does not have tracking issues no more, especially with Heat. So, characters have been changed drastically. Like Lars has a dynamic entry into all the way like from here. He can slot in a dynamic entry into a mid plus frame tracking hit that goes into Heat. So, that's Lars. And if you think that's broken, Jin has the same thing, except Jin jumps in the air and comes down like that, or some shit like, well, he slides like like some shit like that, like that. He slides down like that, and that's +6 I hear. So when I watched that and I seen that in Tekken 8, I realized that even Lars has these disgusting kind of things. Even Jin has these disgusting kind of things. And you think everyone has it? No, everyone does not have it. Kazuya still has to do stuff like this. And the only time he's broken, well, in that game, it's more like that's all you're getting with Kazuya. That's realistically like how in that game how it is. But with Kazuya, it's like he doesn't have everything everyone else has until he goes into like Heat. Then he's like disgusting because he has a safe low. But other than that, he's weaker than Jin by far. Jin has a lot of broken moves. I think Jin needs to be tuned down. Like if he's like that on launch, I don't think people are gonna play the game for more than 3 4 weeks. Be honest with you. And if you are, you're a glutton for punishment because you might as well just play Jin. Like that game, Jin is literally the god of that game. Like, period. There's other things that I want to mention. Like a lot of people are asking about Raven. I'm not a Raven expert, but I know a little bit of what's going on there because I've been trying to play Raven. Let me see if I can find Master Raven. Okay, I gotta look for M. I was looking for R this whole time. Like regular Raven. Now is there we go. So there's some things different. A lot of people saying like they're drastically different. They're different in terms of the frames. Yes, like every character in the game is different with the frames. So people are saying like, oh yeah, they're different. Yeah, they're different in the frames. Like this is like -4 in this. It's like -9 in Tekken 8. Also, this has a follow up. So like, just imagine if this and then it has a follow up like that, and it's like -10 or -12 or something. Yeah, I think. But yeah, this has a follow up. Almost pretty much everything has a follow up with her. Like with him, it's like this. Instead of knocking them away, it kind of just knocks them straight back down, but still the same distance. Matter of fact, away. So people acting like they're like crazy different. They're really not. They're kind of still similar. He still has this. I think it's still -10. This launch punishable. That I mean, I don't know if it has this actually. I think they have something better now, but this has this, but it's better. It's +4, but it has pushback, which is dumb. So as this on this game is +1. In that game it's like this, but you come back this far back. And I think that was dumb. I think it's 27 frames. You should be right here. And then in the game, this is still in there, right? So your plus frames are still pretty much the same. This is in there. It's +5 in this, but it has follow-ups in the game. So, but I think it's +4 and 8. So the plus frames are pretty much the same, except for this one has pushback. So it's, in my opinion, worse. It's +4, but it's like you're here. So this is like -9. This has follow-ups. This as a follow-up. So the character's more mix-up-y, if anything. But in terms of like frame traps like this, I don't even think that's I don't even think you can. This is like 14 frames, but now I think it's -4, and then you gotta go in this. But you can go into stance from this. That's what in Tekken 8. That's what makes it a little bit better. So it's a lot of little things like that, like just extra follow-ups to moves. And then just like all of them are like, you know, negative, except for, you know, I mean that's negative too. I mean all of them are negative as shit. So it's like if you have any long range attacks like that or like that, you could punish a lot of those little moves that they do. Maybe not this because it's so 15 frames, but maybe like that or I don't know. I don't know this character that. Yeah, maybe you could hit something like this. You know, not this, but that 14 frames, something like that, on some of the moves or something like that. But this on that game is a heat engager. So it's about the same character, honestly, because if you just do this, it knocks down, right? Oki, +16, you can do anything, right? Right. It's essentially the same as that. So people are saying like, oh, it's way different. I'm like, I don't know, because if you use this move in that game, it's the same, right? So it's almost the same. Heat engager is way different though. The only thing about the heat, it's not a heat engager. Sorry, it's plus, and it goes into stance. So it'd be like, oh no, wait, goes to heat engager, but this is plus goes into stance. I'm getting confused. Sorry, plus goes into stance, heat engager. But it's kind of the same like this because this is knockdown. In Tekken 7, if you're knocked down, you got to get up. You got to scramble for your life. You're in a situation, right? See, you're in a situation like that. The same way as like with this, it goes into heat, right? So It's kind of similar in those aspects. So people saying like that character's crazy different. I'm like, this just has a guaranteed follow up. That has a guaranteed follow up. Like, it's little stuff like that, that makes Raven better in the next game. Like he has a pretty good 14 frame punish. It's like this with and then a jump down thing comes down, but I think it's a 14 still, but it's not too much different to where it's like he's weak or strong or anything. It's just he's, in my opinion, he's weaker because you can't use this anymore because it pushes them back so far that it's just like and it's so slow. It's 27 frames and it's pushback in Tekken 8. So that move's useless to me because it's like it's not like Jin or Kazi or Forward 4. It's way slower. So I don't. Yeah, damage wise though, still pretty good. It's essentially a similar character, honestly. Like people are exaggerating the changes just because they see the flashiness, but it's a similar character. With heat, heat is essentially the equivalent to having Okizeme. That's the way I think about it. Heat is like a knockdown almost because you're so plus. You might as well consider it like you get knocked up, hold it down, but you can still grab them, or you can still do all these other things. And you can test their grab breaks. You can do a hell sweep again. Like it depends. But just imagine you're in a Kazuya type position every time you use heat, like you without the execution. So when it comes to characters though, other than that, like this is the only thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to Lars, and I do think it needs a nerf. Cause I was doing that for the last, like you could go down to my last stream of Tekken 8 and go to the end, and you will see me spamming this move just to prove a point. Cause I want people in the community to actually notice this. But in Tekken 8, this move is like stupid strong for no reason. In this game, there's so much movement. This almost never hits for real, right? I don't even know if you have this extension follow-up actually in Tekken 8, but this move, it's literally like, you see how you're just like missing? In Tekken 8, you're not missing. Okay? This move is strong as shit in Tekken 8. It's like overtuned because they can't even really hit you out of it. I don't know why that is. This move needs to be nerfed in Tekken 8. Why? Because once you hit this last, like the kick, like that, once you hit that kick in Tekken 8, it does that exact thing for like 48, something like that, and you roll to the other side. But for some reason, people cannot like get out of this. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna try to use this on Tekken 7 like that, but I don't think it's gonna work. But in Tekken 8, I was just doing this. And I was winning matches. And like I don't know if they were scrubs because some of them were like had like pro names, so they could be lying, But this seems broken as hell to me. I don't know if maybe I could just been using this whole time, but I literally just mix people up with just these two moves. And you see this grab, how it misses like that? It doesn't do that in Tekken 8. In Tekken 8, they could be ducking. I swear, they were almost damn near ducking. If they press a button, right? So like, see, I can't grab them. In Tekken 8, it's like you can. And people don't understand why that's crazy. And I'm like, bro, go watch my last video on me spamming that move at the end of like the last few minutes of the Tekken 8 beta. I just spammed this move to prove a point. Like people need to talk about that. Cause yeah, this move didn't get no play, but it's ridiculous. The tracking and let it have the tracking and it be good. All I'm gonna say is this: if you're gonna have that in Tekken 8, which is a cool move, right? It's a cool move, right? When he does that, he should land. He should, instead of the pushback in Tekken 8, because your pushback and you're -4, right? Tekken 8, it'll push you back to like right here, and you're -4. So essentially, it's like zero because unless they know to hit like something like that, which is 18 frames, right? Just to get that reach, right? 17 frames. Yeah. Yep. Just to get that reach, they gotta hit something like that. Unless you're Lars. Yeah, unless you're Lars. But other characters, nah, they can't hit you from there. Unless you're Jin. Jin can do it. Um but yeah, no, that's like a overtune move. That definitely needs to have no pushback. Because it just dodges everything into it. I mean, in this game you can float people and all this shit. Tekken 8, you ain't floating that shit. You just gonna get hit or block it. But yeah, and usually if you miss, like let's say I miss, right? Not right here, I'll get hit. But if I miss and you sidestepped, I'm perfectly safe to like kind of like I'm gonna be back turned to like do the little down back, the down forward or down back, whatever. Or when you're back turn you back around. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, no, you're perfectly able to do that in Tekken 8 with like from a safe range, and you'll be good. So I don't know. That move just seems like crazy to me. Also, this right in Tekken 8 is here. Yeah, it's this goes into stance. So goes into a stance that's like this. I think that's fair. And all the larger stances are still the same. Like he has a move that's kind of like this, but it's like down forward 2 instead, like this. And that goes into the same shit. The same shit. So this down forward 2, this shit is gone. And now he does this or like an elbow kind of like this, and then he goes into this. He goes into similar to that. So that's fine. I mean, it doesn't really change anything. He already had this anyway. The only difference is like the frames in between the transition is not so bad. So it doesn't seem so bad. Like the in between frames, non-active frames or whatever is, I don't know what you call it, but this into the transition isn't so bad. It seems faster. I don't know how because you can still 12 frame punish if you have a Leroy if anything in stance. So if he does that 12 frame punish. 12 frame punish, 15 frame. You could probably cause you a punish in all the punishes in the freaking world you could think of. Because I've been punished all day. So, and I've punished people with Leroy. I just did the back 1+2 or back 1 or whatever it's called. Back 1+2. Right? The little knuckle thing, whatever. I don't even really know the input. I did that shit every time, like 5 times in a row on Lars. I didn't know the combo at the time. But I own that game. But well, it's the same as this game pretty much. But I don't play Leroy. So, but yeah, you could do that and just stop every transition. So when he does this, it's the same. Does that is the same. It's the same Lars. This is the same. All of his lows are the same. This is the only I don't know if this is still like 12 frame punishable. I think. Block. Yeah, I don't know if it's still 12 frame punishable, but it seems like it is. But I don't know. I was getting away with it a lot, so it seems like his stances just don't. You see all that slowness? It's like it goes straight to it now. So the frames in between the move, is not as seeable. Like you see that like space right there, where you see nothing happening in between. See, and then it goes back blue, like that. No, those don't exist. So just imagine it's blue automatically. Like it's like almost like it is on hit, like that. And then you can punish him, not anything. But nah, man, Lars is still not like broken or nothing. The only thing that I think is broken as shit is this half map shit like this. He can do some shit like this instead of this. He has this tracking move. tracks all sides. So instead of that, it's the same thing, except it tracks. So you can't sidestep. So he can be like back here and do it like that, but you can't sidestep it, and it's mid. That's a little whoa, you know. That's a little OP. I'm just being honest with you. No one's talking about it, but that's a little OP. +6 too. So unless you have like, I don't even know if you can Leroy parry it, because the parries, all the characters, Leroy, Asuka, nerfed. Raven, however, can parry grabs now. So you should parry everything: lows, highs, grabs, mids, everything, except for rage attacks. I think. No, I think they can actually. I'm not sure though. But when it comes to parries, like, this is all the stuff the pros ain't even talking about. I'm just put this out there. When it comes to like parries and stuff like that, like this, with the parry everything move, you cannot do that shit in Tekken 8. If they have heat, I've tried to parry the heat just to see if it would work. Did not work. If they're doing a jumping attack, the parry seemed to not like work as much. I don't know why. It might work. I don't know, but from what I can see, when I was playing with him and I was doing in practice, it didn't seem to work. Now this could be changed by the end, like the next game, but this was the parry is nerfed on Leroy, but I would say Leroy is still strong. His Pimp Cane is better. What's the input for that? Where's Leroy's Pimp Cane? Don't forget. This is how we're gonna do stuff today. I don't even play with Leroy. That's how you know I don't play. Where's the Pimp Cane? Okay. This in the game is a low. So you can use it once per match still, but it's a low. So it's like giving him a hell sweep in his regular base. Because what I've learned is this, what is it again? That. I don't think he has this in his regular stance. He has to go like this to use this now. I think that's a change that they made, if I'm not mistaken. Because I tried to press this move, and I didn't see it. It might be in his move list. I saw him do it out of this stance, though. So I think you have to go into the stance, and then you have to do this. But in his normal base, you have to use Pimp Cane to do that now. So the dude's just a hell sweep out of nowhere, which is fair. But altogether, his combos are really easy. I mean, everyone's easy in that game. If you think that I want to say this. I want to make sure everyone knows this. If you think combos are going to be a problem in Tekken 8, you can pick up a character in like 30 minutes. Being honest with you, the game is easy. Like, people used to talk about how like other fighters like Dead or Alive and Soul Calibur and Virtual Fighter and Street, Tekken 8 is easy. And when I mean easy, I mean Leroy in this game is harder than it is as hard as the hardest characters in Tekken 8. Like, I say, like, doing this combo is like Tekken 8 combos. Literally, it's like no skill to do. Like, this combo would be like a hard, like this. You see this? What the fuck? I'm dropping these Leroy combos. I don't play this character. I'm on that Tekken 8. Tekken 8 slow down animation, but mine now. Oh my god. But anyway. Okay, so doing something like that in Tekken 8, I mean, it's way easier. Like, just to slow down like this. Sorry. That is like way slower. Like, way slower. You don't gotta react like you have to do in this game at all. The combos are just easier across the board. You will never have an issue doing a combo, especially if it's just like a staple. If you're trying to do max damage, you could drop it just because like you don't know it. But like I didn't know that, but 90% chance you hit it on first try or first 2 or 3 tries. You'll be hitting combos that you ain't never seen before in a ranked match. Just being honest. Just because of reflexes, like, oh, combo, like a monkey smacking the keyboard, like could hit combos in Tekken 8. A baby with one arm and straight out the womb with no fingers or hands, like just an elbow, could hit the combos. Literally, like it's just L2, 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 L2. Some of the combos. Some of the characters like Jun is like 60 damage, which is in that game decent, more decent than in this game. In this game, 60 damage ain't nothing, but that game 60, 70 damage is like, okay, this a workable combo. Cause you don't really need the damage. Cause you get the knockdown into Oki with every character, into heat, into, so if all you need is a 60, 70 damage, get into heat, knock down, or use your heat thing, then they're like 80% dead. Or you can use your heat, run and grab them. If you use the heat engager move, run and grab them. If they don't break the grab, they're pretty much almost dead. So they gotta break the grab. Most people not breaking the grab because, okay, so characters like this are gonna be strong as shit, King, because they have counter grabs and they have pretty much, it's hard to just break on reaction anyway. You have like a DOA type grab system in Tekken 8 almost. You can still see them and break them, that's unlike DOA, but essentially, if you're pressing a button, excuse me, and the grab comes out first, say goodbye to your life. If you're doing an armor crush and the grab comes out, you're done. All right? I mean, Tekken 8, I've seen weird situations where I'm able to break it. You're supposed to not be able to, I think, but you can sometimes. Or maybe, I don't know. Tekken 8 just don't be, I mean, Tekken 7 just don't be working. I don't know what the hell wrong with this game. But Tekken 8, nah. So the second you're doing a move and they grab you, it's like a counter hit. And then also, after a rare situation in that game, after you like use your rage art, you cannot rage art finish someone back. I don't know why that is, but you cannot rage art if they block it. If they whiff, you can, but if they block it, you cannot rage art them back for some reason. But you can grab punish them after the rage art, and it's guaranteed. Because I saw the animation where it turns like white across screen, means it's like a counter. It's like an automatic thing. So you can literally kill people in that game by grabbing them after a rage art. And Azucena, or Josie 2.0, Josie Lucky, Lucky Josie, Azucena, Lucky Josie Katarina. That's what she looks like. She's breakdancing and doing all the little weaves that Josie does with like the high strings that if you press anything, you're getting counter hit that you don't know when they're gonna ever end. Yeah, that's a Zusina, but her lows are better than Josie's. Her lows are like her lows are like a combination of. I don't know. It's just broken to me. But her lows is just like Josie's. It's hard to explain. Her lows are just good, and they go into stance, and the stance option because of the heat and all these other things are just that much more like disgusting. So she's like Josie, Katarina, and Chloe in my opinion. She has like the range of all three of those characters. Her jabs to me, like with Josie, there's like a certain limit to where you can hit with your high jabs. With the Zusina, you hit like your jabs hit like 3 meters, bro. Like I shit you. If you try and interrupt a high string whatsoever, like Josie, this be her jab, right? See that? Like it's like 2 meters, you're not hitting. A Zusina could be like right here. Do that. Do that, right? And let's say you're standing there. And let's say you're like, oh, I saw a whiff, right? Because some people got like crazy, like instant reactions to stuff. Just like they see it and they automatically press, right? So you see this, right? And Tekken set and like and freaking Tekken 8, right? There'll be a follow-up high. And that high will do this, like do something like it's kind of hell. So see like that, it's just like a +7. No, with a Zusina it's like, and then something like that. Like, sorry, try not to hit him. See, it's +7, but Zusina is different. It's like boom, boom, and then boom. It'd be like that. So anytime you try to hit her, it's like that last hit right there. How do you even do that? I don't even play Josie no more. What's that string? Because that would actually be a good string to show. Yeah, so okay, good. So, and Zusina, if she hits that last hit, that elbow, like that, you're not just getting +9 and like, ooh, I got 13 or like plus. No, you're getting a whole combo every time. And then her stance is like this. Josie has like one hit. Zusina has the one hit, just like Josie. She has like 3 hit ones, where she would go in the stance and then have like 3 or 4 hits. It feels like, I don't know if I'm wrong, but that's what it feels like. And not only does she go in the stance, like something like this, or like this, she weaves if you throw a high in one of her stances. I don't know if that's like a choice, but she literally weaves all high. So if you do that to try to get her out of it, she weave to you this side of you, and then she can just like launch you or whatever. Or she goes to like this side of you, and like Josie, how I have to do this move, she can just do this for free. She can do this for free. She doesn't have to crouch. It doesn't seem like, I don't know if she does, but if they are, they doing it so fast. But she can do this move too. From like, it seems like the same distance away. So it's crazy. She's just like Josie, except at like, instead of this, she has like a backflip orbital, and then she just has a lot of range on her stuff, bro. Like it's like kind of intoxicating trying to fight her, but she's not broken. She's fair in my opinion to a degree. It would just take someone to learn her strings, and the beta's just not enough time. So maybe she's not broken, but it seems like she's definitely better than Josie or Katarina or Lucky. That's almost it. The only other thing I wanted to say is that Fing, Jin, Brian, they're broken. Fing, Jin, Brian broken. Like just outright, in my opinion. I don't even think Claudio is as broken as them. Playing against the Claudio, I saw some shit that I didn't really like how safe they could play technically, or how many they could get combos. Like they could get these pokes that just chunked you out to death with Claudio if they just line them up right. But with Jin, you don't have a turn. Turn, he can play safe. He can do anything, anything, anything. Electric, picture frame launcher, got you. Can, got it. Parry, got it. I mean, he has all this stuff in this, but just imagine he has range on everything. Now, he's not like you could backdash and get a backdash is nerfed. So this to get away, even you see how Josie's like a slow backdash. This is fast in Tekken 8. That's fast. In this game, this is slow as hell. But in Tekken 8, this Josie right here, backdash is godlike. So you're not getting away from Jin really. And then if you are, he has like a run into engager, and he has like a hell sweep, and he has this low that does that literally kind of hit launches, and then he has this mid that jumps. Yeah, forget Jin. Jin is hella nerf. Hella nerf. Hella nerf. Fing plays exactly like Tekken 7. So people thought Fing was going to go away? No. He's here to stay. He's going to play exactly like Tekken 7 with heat. I'm thinking, am I missing anybody? Worst characters I would say so far that I think are in the game, even though they can still like mess you up. Just personally though, is Zhao Yu, because she seems like she plays almost exactly the same, just with heat. But she's still good. I'm not saying she doesn't need nerf or buff. She just, if you had to compare her to everyone else, Zhao Yu, Kazuya is pretty good, because when he goes to heat, he can literally do like what it seems like an almost safe hell sweep that does a lot of chip damage. So I don't know about Kazuya, but Zhao Yu seems like the weakest, because the Ninas do not seem weak at all. They had so much spam that it was ridiculous. So my honest thoughts so far, the game is really good. Even though I've been griping about stuff, it's more of me analyzing it, but the game's really good, but it needs to fix certain things. Like Lars's up air, that's ridiculous. Even at me, I love Lars. He's my favorite character, but that's ridiculous. Jin's freaking Jin. Even with Lars, you can argue that he has something like that. But jumping in the air and being able to just scrub kill just by doing that and doing this, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. I could do that like 10 times in one match and people will not catch on until I've already won. It's crazy to me. Maybe it's because it's a beta, but it seems crazy to me. It should not push back. It should be like right here off hit or block. Jin, nerf everything. That character is broken. You need to nerf everything. Fing, exactly like he is on Tekken 7, except heat. Leroy is pretty strong too, in my opinion, but because his combos are just so easy. Same thing with but everyone's combos are easy, but his is just like you can't mess it up pretty much. I mean, I don't even play Leroy, and I was beating a lot of people with him. And then Raven, same. I mean, just add extensions to everything, and make his friends a little bit worse with certain moves, but add extensions to everything. And everyone think he's just like this crazy different character. I'm like, he can mix you up, yes, but really, it's like, do mix-up styles last that long in Tekken? Like, really? Or do people just start to download? I think he's a downloadable character, and if you download him, it will hurt him a lot compared to Jin, there's no download. Kazuya, when you get in her heat, you got a chance. Lars, pretty easy. Just 1+2. There's easy download. He's already downloaded from this game. You pretty much beat the same Lars. It's just that one move that I'm like, okay, that's a little too tuned. But everything else, Heat makes everyone crazy, obviously. But like, obviously, it makes everyone crazy. But when they're outside of Heat is what I'm worried about. And then all the engagers, they have like 4 or 5 different engagers. They should have only like 2 or 3. But like, I feel like they have 4 or 5. They should have like 1 or 2. Like they should have the generic one, maybe one special ability engager. Not engaged, or engaged, engaged. Like it's so many engagers. I'm like, man, you don't. It's like Heat should be something that they have to force to go into, and then once they go into it, now they're broken. But they should have to force their way into it, not like they get it just for punishing something. Like they get it for so free in Tekken 8. So free. And then once they're in the heat, they literally run to you with like plus a million. And then you just gotta guess. Like is he gonna grab, Oh, sorry, there's not the same grab in this game. How you grab again? Just grab. Oh yeah. So yeah. And the grabs are way different in Tekken 8. They're all 1+2. Up 1+2 for all your command grabs. So the game is easy as shit. I think they should make it a little harder, but if they're gonna have a moderate mode, the game should be harder. So that's just period. But I'm ranting, but that's my honest like opinions after like literally shutting down the game and going like just literally making this review as soon as I got off. Like literally. Because there's just so much, but it's just the stuff that people are not talking about. Like Electric needs to be buffed back. Lars needs that up attack needs to be nerfed a little bit, or his tracking on that. I don't know. I think that I don't know that tracking on that half map +6 tracking full tracking mid that I think goes into heat or launches or knocks down or something. It does something crazy, but it's just broken. It's just still broken on normal hit. And then it's certain. And then Brian, oh my god. You can sidestep him. He needs to be. They just need to make him more sidesteppable. Even more sidesteppable. And he'll be fine. Because he has all these guard breaks. Guard break, guard break, guard break. I'm at the wall, guard. You're dead. You're not at the wall. Guard break, guard break. Like, he can just do it in the open. Like, he doesn't even have to get to the wall. It's like he's actually just crazy. So, make him more sidesteppable on certain things, but that's all I would do. But there's a lot of characters that's like, they're good where they are, right? Like Zhao Yu, Asuka. Asuka, I felt like, okay, I don't see really anything that's too crazy, but she's pretty strong, right? She has good combo damage now, apparently. And then she always kind of did, but still now. Claudio, just, people talked about him already. I don't really have anything to say about him. Law, Overtune. Law is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Paul, absolutely disgusting. His damage is ridiculous. Like straight out of a movie. Like it's too high, damn near. Like shit. If you gonna take away Kazuya's shit and give it to Paul, essentially, like that's pretty much what it is. Like Paul was already disgustingly damaged always, but Kazuya, I don't know. It's like harder to hit them combos like Paul, but Paul hit your ass to oblivion. And Tekken 7 is harder, but they do about the same damage, to be honest. Kazi can always kill you. Paul can always kill you. In Tekken 8, Paul will murder you, bro. He will murder you. He's like, he has literal Tekken 7 damage in Tekken 8 plus heat. Literally. Literally will murder you. Paul will literally obliterate you in Tekken 8. Literally. In this game, he'll obliterate you too, but he is literally going to obliterate everyone. Like, I don't even know. There's a lot of things you could do in this game to get out of that. No backdash. So, you're eating Paul 50-50s, his little old clean hit range 50-50s all day. Yeah, you're hitting that all day with Paul. Paul don't give a shit. And Paul, you can't really get away. The backdashes all around the board need to be buffed. And certain moves like Lars's forward half map plus frame and Jin's need to be sidesteppable at the very least. Like, there's certain things that people or the pros aren't saying anything about because I feel like they're just planning to exploit these things for a few months, but nah, it should just be done away with in some degrees. The only thing I would say is make Large's plus his move attract the opposite direction you're supposed to step him in the stance, and that's how you balance it. And then give him a dynamic entry option that he can go into, and then it attracts the other way. They probably already do that, but that's all you got to do is Lars. That's all you got to do with Lars. So it's like, okay, which stance he in, which stance he in, which stance he in, and they always gotta watch hard, and you could just pull it back at the end, just because you can do a third stance. So that's how you make people go like, oh, second guessing with Lars, and it's a mind game to be played there. But with that half map +6, it's like, well, I ain't using that shit. I'm gonna use that shit right now. With that up forward bullshit, you're like, I'm gonna use that right now. So that's all my thoughts on the characters that I got to play with. Jun, I feel like she's gonna be broken because her movement is actually really good, and pros only really care about movement and damage, and she has both. So yeah, I don't think there's any thing wrong. Tekken 8 is a great game, but the honest truth, I feel like it needs a lot of nerfs, a lot of buffs just to make this stuff completely fair. I'm not talking about nerf it like 50 frames. More like nerf things like a couple frames, like 1 or 2, so we got time to react to shit. Right now, there ain't time to react to anything. But all right, that's all I had to say about it. But altogether, it's a good game. The heat is cool. The moves look amazing. The CGI effects is probably the best part. But other than that, you guys have a nice day. I'm going to get some sleep. Peace.